Hi all, and thanks for being with me. I was a bit overawed, a bit. I guess I was shocked by a response that I received from a video I posted in relation to Douglas Murray Shank-Uga in the Piers Morgan interview. Now, I was shocked for a number of reasons. Number one, it was just me doing my thing. Number two, it seemed to have got a lot of responses, for which I'm very grateful, and I'm also grateful for the subscriptions that have come as a result of that, so that you can keep notified of any posts that I make. Now, I do need to say that the reason why I do these videos is that I kind of have a lot of fun putting them together, and I like having conversations about topics that interest you. But what does interest me is the number of people that seem to hate some of the things that you say, and that they respond in a very denigrating, disrespectful manner. And that's fine. Keep it coming, because what you people need to realize is that inspires me to know that I'm getting at you, to know that I'm actually saying something, or I'm reporting something, or I'm presenting an idea that actually gives you the shits. I love it, and I want you to keep having a go at me. I think it's kind of inspirational, actually. I think that it provides me with an impetus. It provides me with a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. And if it's going to be one that you're going to respond what I would see as negative, then I celebrate that. So please keep them coming. Keep having a go at me. I think it's fabulous, and I want you to continue doing just that. So I'm going to be talking a lot about what's happening in Gaza, Palestine, and protests and other things over the next few weeks. And I'm going to continue the barrage that, not barrage, the continual effort to be able to put forward one particular type of argument. And to me, this is the correct argument, and there'll be many that will disagree with me, and that's fine. But the correct argument is that why is it that we can talk about Hamas and the terrible things that they've done, and just say that they're horrific and that they should be taken to they should be held accountable for what it is that they've done, that the International Criminal Court should take action against them, that those people should be captured, and justice should be implemented and should take care of their criminality. So, given that is what I believe should happen to Hamas, I do not believe that necessarily this is a war that's going to eradicate Hamas. Because one of the things we need to remember about that organisation is that most of their leadership live in Qatar. So they're not necessarily involved on the ground in terms of the way that they're fighting the Israelis. So what does all of this mean? Well, it means that we need to, on one hand, say that whatever Hamas did on October the 7th was wrong, and that sort of behaviour is horrific, and we should deal with that and understand it, and hopefully it would never be repeated. It will be, but we need to hope. And we need to put in place ways by which we can try to avoid that. One of them is getting rid of Hamas. I agree with that. But that doesn't mean, though, that what the Israelis have done is necessarily proportional, because it isn't. And the thing that I think really irritates me most is that the Israelis are bombing an area that is pretty tiny in reality, particularly by Australian standards, very tiny. And that squashed into that area are over 2 million people. And the Israeli argument is that a lot of those people are living in areas which are occupied by Hamas fighters, and that Hamas has dug tunnels and done other things in that area, and that they're using the populace as a human shield. Now, when you have a very small area in which you have so many people, I can understand that within that area, Hamas probably has built their underground tunnels and their headquarters and a whole host of things. So I understand that. And I understand too that they may have built them under hospitals, even though the IDF hasn't produced any specific information in relation to that. What I do have a problem with is that regardless of where these tunnels are and where Hamas are hiding, it doesn't mean that you should bomb hospitals and schools and refugee centres and should kill indiscriminately all of these people are innocent people. So I don't understand the argument that you can disagree with what Hamas have done vehemently and yet agree with what Israel is doing in terms of murdering at this point over 20,000 people, a lot of them children. I don't understand that argument at all, but it seems to me that seems to be a perspective which regretfully is taken by those people who are supporting Israel. Now, the other thing I do want to say is that this is not about Jews. This is not about becoming anti-Semitic just simply because you disagree with what a government is doing. And I'm really distressed by the fact that this is the way it seems to be turning out. That if you take a stand against what Israel is doing, you somehow are anti-Semitic. And for me, personally, that couldn't be further from the truth. I believe that the Jewish population have been tormented and discriminated against for centuries. They have been the target of a whole host of prejudicial behaviours. And it's wrong. It's always wrong, whether you be Jewish or black or white or Christian or Asian or whether you're Muslim or whatever. It is wrong. Simple as that. But this isn't about that. This is a fight between a government and another governing power, namely Hamas. And that within, one of the other things too, I think that I came to realise is that within Gaza, Hamas aren't necessarily seen as the most popular choice either. That there has been some research done by some American organisations within Gaza that indicate that the Gazans themselves don't see Hamas as the solution to their problems. And at the end of the day, when Gaza's just turned into this rabble and we've got 2 million people displaced, most of them, 80% of them, not being able to go back to their residences, what is going to happen to them? Where are they going to go? What sort of government would be able to control or look after or replace Hamas after this war has finished? Well, Israel just annexed this area, and again, as they have done, and just turn it into this most despicable, the most despicable conditions you can imagine in which people should live. Will it just become like a large refugee camp over which the Israel government will have control? The solution to all of this bewilders me. I don't understand what it means. I don't understand how it can be resolved. If you have any ideas in relation to any of that, please let me know in the comment section below. I think that it is sad that so many people have been killed, not, women, children in particular, of course, is a concern, and that we as a community, either some see it as, opposing what Israel's doing as anti-Semitic, which I find horrifying because that's not the case at all. Validating what Israel is doing, regardless of the number of people that they killed, innocent people, and that there should be an end to this solution after 70 odd years of this particular fight going on in terms of what Israel should have as their country and what the Palestinians should have as theirs, should at least at some point come to an end. Let me know in the comment area below, and please remember to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and let me know what you think of these comments. Thanks everybody for being here. Take care, look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.